A live look at Camp Randall Stadium in Madison. Week 6 of the college football season, and our EA Sports college football coverage continues with what ought to be a great one. It's the Indiana Hoosiers and the Wisconsin Badgers. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sideline. Holly?
Checking in before the game with the Hoosiers head coach, this is a moment of do or die for this team. The national champions have really struggled here lately. They cannot afford another loss. They can still be in the college football race with the 3 losses, but today is crucial. Coach is talking to his team like this is a playoff game for us. We have to win or we will be done. He wants that sense of urgency right from the kick. I'll keep you posted on how it feels down here on the field. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Wisconsin's offense will have the opening possession of the game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on.
Played the position. When you have a big game, you just can't wait. On that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. The Badgers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Joseph on the play action. Unloads to the wideout. Dangerous throw on that one. What a great job they've done in Big Ten play up to this point, and you see them now feeling as if they can accomplish something big.
No doubt, Reese, and I think it's a great start to the season. Like, again, you have goals and you have midpoints to the season where you're at right now. This is where you wanted to be. You wanted to be in the mix in one of the best conferences in all of college football, and Jesse, they're doing that in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they've been able to handle the stage and handle the pressure. With every win, that makes the next game that much bigger, and they've shown up on big stages on national television, and they've been able to deliver. This game, though, is the biggest yet. If they keep on the pace they're at, they're going to be playing for a Big Ten championship. Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So Indiana's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Once unheralded, now a magnet for the spotlight. Here's Charlie Becker. Every time he gets a chance to make a play, the entire stadium holds its breath. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys.
Well, for Indiana, you've got to replace a lot of talent on offense after winning a national championship. It's not just the quarterback, obviously, but outside at receiver as well. It's Surratt and Cooper and 2 guys that can win those one-on-one matchups, David. So they went to the portal and brought in Josh Schubert from TCU, but they've got to find some bodies that he can throw to keep this offense explosive.
And they did, right? Like, that's what you got to give Cignetti credit for, man. He knows how to see the talent, bring it in, have a vision, and go get it. I mean, Becker was a guy that was already there, but nobody thought a lot of. This offense, I think they're going to continue to find those guys. I think they already know it, and I think you're going to see one today.
Just had to get rid of it. Let's step back here and look at the big picture for Indiana. Losing early in the year can be detrimental, also can be galvanizing. You realize not much margin for error, and they suddenly have put it together and won their last 2.
The dips in the season early really served as motivation for them, and they were able to turn the page. They were able to be resilient. And 18 to 22-year-olds in college football, David, it's easier said than done, but this team really is about that.
Yeah, and they're starting to get it together, and you can see it. Like, I think early in the season, too, Jesse, you're figuring out who you are as a team. I think they kind of got that figured out, and I look for this team to win today and climb up into those rankings.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Badgers start this drive as the offense looks ready to roll. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this...
Snags it, and he's open. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
Good news for this offense is it hasn't taken them a long time to get into a rhythm in the passing game. That's completion on the season. Put up some big numbers this year if they keep up at this pace.
Caught in the backfield. It's Rigby. Smashes ahead. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. They go play action with Joseph. Right down the middle. Between the hashes, it's Rigby. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. And the Badgers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They give it back to him. There he goes. Got some room into the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
And what a nice touchdown run, and this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
On the run from inside his own 5. Oh, what vision. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Beebe. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman, like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon.
Snags it, and there's running room. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Motion from the back. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And it slips just inside that right upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on. And you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Here comes Wisconsin's offense to get this drive underway. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. The Badgers come to the line with a new set of downs. Joseph. Quickly to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Joseph on the play action. Misses badly on that one.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Finds his big tight end. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And the Badgers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looking for room. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Out wide right, it's shot. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Turns it upfield. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
Well, I love the job in coverage there. Sure, the guy made the catch, but right away the defender able to bring him down. No possibility of yak on that play.
Powers inside. Turning it on. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Really, really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be smart with my decision-making, this offense is going to be very difficult.
Intercepted. Big play. Stop. To return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. Quick give. Nice move to keep running. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Grab behind the line. It's Rigby. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42. The Badgers can really attack on this 2nd and short. They go play action with Joseph. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the 3rd down. And the Badgers are flying down the field. Throwing Joseph. Right side, it's Brooks. He's knocked out of bounds as he gets it across midfield and down to the 46. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Turns up, it's Rigby. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. 3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. The Badgers will call on their punt team. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Running inside, it's Beebe. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. Long way to go on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Hoover. timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
On third down, he drops to throw. Out wide left, it's Marsh. Brought down at the 20. It's a first down as this offense tries to get something going from deep in its own territory. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you... Makes the grab in their space. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Second and long here. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. The Hoosiers take their first timeout. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the first. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Dumps it to the back. Out wide right, it's Beebe. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. And the Hoosiers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
You can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's a reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% of the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. Hold on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see what's up with that. Might be the worst case scenario for this defense. Thought they'd held them to 3. Now the offense with a chance for more. Just a terrible, terrible mistake. So instead of getting off the field on 4th down, the offense has a 1st and 10. It's complete. They will score. Touchdown, Indiana. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. On the move, it's Jackson. Fighting off the defender. Wisconsin stops the clock, uses its first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Grabbed in the backfield. It's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
Drops back, it's Hoover. Fires to the wideout. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, after getting the takeaway now, you're in the fringe area just outside the red zone. The offense trying to stay aggressive. They're throwing it right away, seeing if they can catch the defense sleeping after now just coming on the field. But give the defense credit. They were aware. They were ready for it. Made sure that one fell incomplete.
Had to start that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the first down. The Hoosiers in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on third down. Fires to the middle. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Smashes it between the uprights. The lead now 6 here in the second.
Give the defense a ton of credit in this sudden change situation. Their offense just coughed it up. And this defense comes out, they go 3 and out and force a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Handoff to the single running back. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the back. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll need a bunch on second down. Might as well run him again. Just make sure stopped after a short gain. It'll be third down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. Let's lead things off with Houston taking on the Kansas State Wildcats.
And the Badgers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Beal. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Listen to this place. Oh, man, do they love their Badgers. Third down coming. Keeps it himself. That play just got wrecked. 3rd and 1, and they went backwards. And the Hoosiers decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Going to field this one in tight quarters. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. The Badgers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Fires to the big fella. No chance to run, but still a good gain. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Joseph fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense. And the Badgers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Joseph on the play action. Left side is Kearney. Defense there to get him out of bounds as he gets it down to the 48. After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. They'll run it. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Right side, it's Kearney. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. The Badgers line up to punt it away. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. It has been a complete uphill struggle for both of these offenses, Jesse.
It sure has. At this point, David, someone's just going to have to step up and make a play. Someone's got to break a tackle, make an incredible catch, and just give some life to this offense.
And whatever you can, whatever it takes. Don't worry about looking pretty. That's out the window. We've already looked really, really ugly. We got to find something that works to put some points on the board.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. They'll run the screen. Nice move there.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. They'll try to get it through the air. Pulls it in. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. Offense will try to get some momentum going on 1st and 10. Wants to keep it in the air. Finds his man. It's Richard. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Takes a snap. Wants to throw. Out wide right, it's Beebe. And they wrap him up. This drive humming. Drops back on. Looking for a huge play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Long way to go on 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Beebe. Breaks into the open. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind. It forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. And the Hoosiers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Looking to pass. It's Hoover. Out wide left, it's Beebe. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers! What a grab in the end zone for 6.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players, and quarterbacks, they keep track. of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his second touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
Coming out with it, it's Coleman. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. They're looking for space to run behind the left tackle. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today rank, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Joseph from the gun on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down. And the Badgers come to the line with a new set of downs. Throwing Joseph. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. 2nd and long here. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He's going to take off. Oh, he's got to. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. Quick give. It's Beebe.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Looking for room. It's Beebe. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this.
Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. The Hoosiers come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Running the red zone, it's Richard. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The play fake. Caught behind the line. It's Barker. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. And the Hoosiers line it up with a 1st and goal. Quarterback changing the play. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He is denied, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Send the tight end in motion. They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. Swamped immediately.
Man, that hurts because 2nd down, you got everything in front of you, the whole playbook open. Now you get a lost yardage play. Now it's 3rd down. Now it puts those feet to the fire a little bit more. Now you better come up with something you really love in this area of the field.
Sells to fake. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Indiana! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Fielded in the end zone. It's Kearney. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Oh, it's picked off. Looking for more room. He takes it in. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears.
And all this defense has done all game long is be absolutely dominant. They have been shutting them out, whether they've tried running it, whether they've tried throwing it. They've been creating takeaways. You get the pick 6 right there. You just can't say enough good things about how this defense has played today.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Kearney. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They'll run it. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
Winning 1st down is such a big deal on defense. Like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that 1st down.
He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the 4th quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. That's a great situation to try to run the ball.
Got some green grass. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. The Badgers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Rides to the back. Good, strong tackle.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Right at the line. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. 4th down, Joseph. Throws to the wideout. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. And the Badgers getting set on 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it showed today.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.